I think that a lot of people is, over thinking the size advantage. Canelo is a strong fighter in himself, and he's a good puncher, but so am I, and fight night is gonna be good.
By my side, I'm gonna put my best, and I'm gonna try my best to put a great show. You know my style. My side, if I move, it's gonna be a great fight. If I go forward, it's gonna be a good fight. I always go there and try to do my best.
Muhammad Ali once said, "The fight is won or lost far away from witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights." Today, those words thunder louder than ever as boxing braces for Canelo Alvarez versus Terence "Bud" Crawford, a showdown carved into destiny.
The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that.
Do you have any concern that there's going to be any running in this fight?
I hope not. I think Crawford is not that kind of fighter. He's a different. He boxes.
Canelo, the pride of Mexico, has marched through divisions like a king claiming new lands, his name already etched in gold among the greats. Crawford, the cold-blooded genius from Omaha, stands as the embodiment of perfection, solving every puzzle, conquering every obstacle, leaving no doubt of his place among the pound-for-pound elite.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
It's gonna be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stuff a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? You're gonna be just like everybody else. Watch.
This is no ordinary fight. It is the collision of legacies, where size, skill, pride and history converge under the brightest lights. In this moment, two men step forward, not merely to defend belts, but to chase immortality, daring to carve their names on the eternal throne of boxing greatness.
Weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
From Ali's line about the grind straight into Crawford's cold, clinical confidence, you can feel the chill. Bud isn't humble hype. He's a walking blueprint for beating Canelo. He tells us straight up, "I'm going to win," calls this the biggest fight of his life, and ain't flinching at size or spotlight.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going?
I'm definitely going to win the fight, for sure. But, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him, and it's going to be an exciting fight.
He wants those belts and that three-weight undisputed history, and he's treating the whole thing like a job interview he's about to ace. I love that he stays in Omaha, trusts his team, and treats Netflix, Dana's platform, like background noise. To him, it's just another ring, another camp. But make no mistake, that's dangerous for Canelo. You're facing a guy who studies fighters like case files and hits like an uncomfortable truth.
Canelo comes from a smaller weight class. He's not a massive fighter. He's not 6 foot tall. He's thick, but he's not, this giant. So, picking Canelo was a thing that we looked deeply into at the time.
Hot take. Canelo brings granite and pride, but Crawford brings the remote control to the TV Canelo's used to watching himself on. He can change the channel mid-fight and make you watch his style instead. So yeah, I'm hyped. You should be too. Because when Bud says, "I ain't worried about Canelo's size," and "I want his belts, I want his legacy," he's not selling a story, he's placing a bet with his legacy as the stake. And if you don't love those odds, you're sleeping on boxing history in real time.
I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him, and it's going to be an exciting fight.
Do you guys have any bad blood at all, or is it all business?
It's just business. I want what he got. And that's them belts, and that's that undisputed title.
And just when you think Bud's confidence couldn't get scarier, here comes his brother-in-arms, Stephen So Cold Nelson, dropping gems that make you look at Canelo like, "Bro, you sure about this?" Nelson flat out said Bud's power at this weight is different. Like, new iPhone charger don't fit the old plug, different. He said Bud's always been sparring bigger dudes, light heavies, middleweights, whatever, and holding his own.
People are gonna be surprised. Dude is not like, it's not like he's a small guy and he just put on a whole bunch of weight. Like when he fought 154, he was like 170, 172 going in the ring. So he's gonna go in there the same way this fight. He's strong, man. He's strong.
And the crazy part? Nelson swears Bud ain't even small. He's been walking around at 170 for years, meaning on fight night, you're not getting a little welterweight, you're getting Omaha steak with extra seasoning. I ain't gonna lie, when Nelson compared this fight to a spaceship landing on Earth, I felt that. Like, picture Canelo looking up, while Bud just floating down in a NASA suit, ready to jab him into another orbit. Look, you can keep saying size matters, but if Bud's new power is real, like Nelson says, then Canelo might end up looking like he ordered the wrong Netflix package, and you and me, we front row for the glitch in the system.
Like, that's what makes people great. Anybody that's ever been great, they always did something that people didn't expect.
Correct.
And that's going to be Bud. He's going to do something that nobody is expecting. But a lot of people who's a doubter are going to be like, dang. Or they're going to come up with excuses like always.
Nelson just set the stage. Terence is a freak, Canelo's a top-tier beast, and we're all sitting here hyped for the chaos. Now Plant jumps in, and man, he doesn't sugarcoat a thing. He's giving both guys mad respect, sizing them up like a coach who's seen too many fights and still can't believe the talent on display. I mean, we're talking Terence switching stances like a ninja on espresso, Canelo bringing that pound-for-pound menace, and Plant calling it like he sees the storm before it hits.
Terence is not a regular guy, you know what I'm saying? He's special. And, you know, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting.
I love it. He keeps it real, calls out the skills, and even throws a little, this is a question mark of a fight shade that makes you laugh and sweat at the same time. You feel me? Both of these guys are dangerous, smart, and unpredictable, and Plant isn't afraid to say it. You could almost hear him telling fans, sit back, watch closely, and enjoy the fireworks. This fight isn't just a matchup, it's a full-on strategy battle with fists. We're ready, we're excited, and honestly, anyone who sleeps on this fight is about to get their eyes opened. And let's be real, I'm already making popcorn for this mental chess match with punches. I can't wait to see the angles, the counters, the setups. It's like watching two artists with hammers. Whoever comes out on top, man, it's going to be legendary.
I give him a chance. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. Fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
Speaking of masters of unpredictability, do you know how Bud achieved that insane ability to switch between southpaw and orthodox like it's nothing? On the JRE MMA show, he spills the story. Turns out a childhood hand injury forced him to train his left, and what started as a necessity became a full-blown weapon. I'm telling you, this guy can trap you no matter which way you move, left, right, orthodox, southpaw, it doesn't matter. He's cutting you off, landing bombs with both hands, and leaving opponents seeing stars. The way he describes catching guys off guard, turning up the heat mid-fight, and smothering them in the pocket, it's pure boxing genius.
My coach, he used to get mad, like, you need to focus on one stance and doing it right before you start switching. You ain't even got the orthodox stance down pat all the way, and then you trying to go southpaw. I'm like, all right. Then I go orthodox, and then in the fight, boom, I switch. Then I switch back. He like, stop switching, and then I win the fight. Like, what?
I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here thinking, man, if I stepped in that ring, I'd be praying the bell rings early. This isn't just skill, it's creativity, it's instinct, it's chess on canvas, and it's why Crawford keeps looking untouchable. And the crazy part? He didn't just survive switching stances, he mastered it so well that it feels like he's got double the arsenal in every fight. You've got to admire the grind, the focus, and the patience. It's not just natural talent, it's hours of blood, sweat, and smart work. Honestly, facing Crawford now feels like stepping into a fight with two fighters in one body. You can't predict which version hits you next. I mean, this is the kind of adaptability that separates the good from the legendary in boxing.
Like what?
When did he stop telling you to stop switching?
When I was winning. He was just like, all right, since I can't stop you from switching, we just gonna train that way. So yeah, if you do 4 rounds, you're gonna do 2 rounds southpaw, you're gonna do 2 rounds orthodox. That's just how we started training.
Now, let's switch gears to Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. This was straight up chaos in the ring. Canelo came in swinging like he owned the place, and Saunders tried to be slick, switching stances like he was auditioning for a dance floor. But Canelo's power was next level. He landed that vicious uppercut that literally broke Saunders' orbital bone, forcing the fight to stop in the 8th round. It wasn't just a lucky shot. Every round he chipped away at Saunders, landing precise counters, hooks and jabs that built pressure like a ticking time bomb.
After the fight, his orbital was shattered, his cheekbones were shattered. I think the way the cheekbone connects to the upper jaw was cracked.
Wow.
Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So the orbital, see that stuff in the back of his eye?
Yeah.
The bone that's like the shelf that holds the eyeball in got crushed.
He outlanded Saunders 73-60, with over half of his power shots connecting, showing that his timing and accuracy are still unmatched. Saunders walked away with a solid $8 million payday, while Canelo pulled in a guaranteed $15 million, which probably ballooned to $35 million with PPV. Watching that fight was wild. Every punch mattered, every round was a statement, and the moment Canelo hit Saunders with that uppercut, you felt the stadium collectively gasp. Canelo didn't just win, he reminded the world he's a finishing machine, a calculated predator in the ring, and Saunders learned the hard way that you don't step in with a lion without expecting some scratches and maybe a broken face.
So they have to go in and they put all these plates underneath where the eyeball sits. And then on the outside, on the upper left side of the eyeball, that's cracked, the lower side's cracked, and then look how the cheekbone's cracked all the way down to the upper jaw.
And speaking of demolishing faces, while Canelo was busy turning Saunders' jaw into modern art, Crawford was schooling another dangerous opponent in a totally different way. Terence Crawford versus Viktor Postol was one of those fights where you could see Crawford's brain working faster than most of us breathe. Postol came in swinging like a wrecking ball with that rangy southpaw style, throwing heavy, straight lefts that could have made any other fighter sweat bullets. But Crawford, man, he was patient, methodical and savage without looking savage. He picked his shots like a sniper, moved like he had autopilot, and slowly dissected Postol over the rounds. By the end, it wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Crawford broke Postol down mentally and physically, showing why he's not just a boxer, he's a master of the ring. Every feint, every counter, every subtle adjustment screamed, "Don't sleep on me." If you're watching that fight, you see the blueprint of how he turns tricky, dangerous opponents into stepping stones without ever losing his cool. Honestly, it's the kind of performance that makes you rewind and appreciate the art of boxing at its coldest, smartest level. Canelo and Crawford aren't just champions, they're masters of chaos. Canelo proved he's a finishing machine, breaking Saunders' face with precision and power, while Crawford displayed chess on canvas brilliance, switching stances and outsmarting Postol effortlessly. This fight isn't just a matchup, it's a collision of legacies, skill and pure boxing IQ. Drop your thoughts in the comments, debate your predictions, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. History's happening and you don't want to miss it.